How's it going, Fortnite dads? Welcome to the first episode of a series called Fortnite for Dads, which will be a every other week video series where I cover everything related to Fortnite, whether it's new items, new weapons, changes to the map with every update that happens, any POI changes, tips of the week, challenges that I do as far as gameplay, tips and tricks, the Fortnite storyline, any creative changes, item shop reviews, or crew pack reviews as they come out. The important thing is that each and every episode I cater towards you guys and keep you informed on what's going on in the game or outside of the game. In today's episode, we're going to first talk about the beginning of the season and everything that was added, starting with the Chrome, which in the background footage behind my face cam, you can see the Chrome spreading across the map. You can see it's starting to spread across the island and take it over, and the new enemy called the Herald is responsible for it. We saw her in the starting video for the season. We have the Chrome Splash and the abilities to phase through walls to transform into a blob that can dash in different directions. We don't take fall damage when we're in the blob form, which is nice, especially if you're traveling across the map. And then the Chrome Splashes help you to turn regular chests into Chrome chests, which will help you with getting the Evo Chrome shotgun and AR more often. We have the Herald Sanctum POI, which is amazing for having another in-game boss in the games again, being able to get a new mythic, the mythic Evo Chrome Burst rifle, and the Herald, if you're trying to face her on your own, she's tricky, but there is a method to getting her down, and there are various videos on YouTube that will showcase how to do that. We also have the floating POIs, such as the new cloudy condos, the floating buildings from No Sweat Insurance, the floating pirate ship from the lagoon. We have the D launchers, which are basically a bounce pad that's permanent on the ground and will launch you in a specific direction. The Evo Chrome AR and shotgun, the latest items to be added to the loot pool. I love the mechanic that they have where the more damage you deal with them, the higher in rarity they get and the more shots they do. The Chrome chests are nice because you can get the weapons, the Evo Chrome weapons in them. We have, as far as the current loot pool this season, we have a pretty good balance. Maybe a little bit more shotguns than we're used to, but it's fairly balanced so far. We have the sidearm pistol as usual, the lever action and prime shotguns, the rapid fire and suppressed SMGs. We have the Ranger AR, the Hammer AR, and we have the Cobra DMR, which is the most recent change to the loot pool. We have the Hunter Bolt Action Sniper, and I will talk about the recent change to the sniper's damage in a little bit. We have grenades as usual, firefly jars, harpoon guns. The exotics in the game are Shadow Tracker pistol, the Dub shotgun, the Boom sniper, and we have the shockwave grenades. So like I said earlier, the sniper damage has been buffed. So the ability to one-shot headshot opponents with the sniper rifles is amazing again, and it's so much fun for gameplay. I'm sure a lot of you have had those experiences where you one-shot KO any of your opponents with a sniper rifle. I've seen different content creators have amazing runs throughout their matches with it. We have the new vault system with the keys that you find as floor loot or in chests. Those have been amazing, as well as the new porta bunker item, which is amazing for zero builds and regular build modes, because you basically get a small 1x1 with nice features like the tires, the enclosed space, the door. Excuse me. We have the slide kick mechanic, which is when you're sliding, you get a burst of speed, and then as you hit something, it impacts them and does damage. As far as updates to competitive play goes, for those of you who are interested in the tournaments, if you are familiar with the technology called the Cronus Zen and Cronus Max, these are tools that a lot of players in the competitive scene were using to get an advantage over other players, such as through some of the settings that were involved with those devices. But Epic Games recently made an announcement when the season first started that those devices would be banned from competitive events, and if you were caught using them, you would be receiving a warning and a potential ban. Now, we also, within the past 2 to 3 weeks, we've had the change to the Evochrome weapons where the damage requirements are less, making them easier to level up by damaging the Herald boss, the animals, or players. Now, with the first major update of the season, update 22.1, we ended up getting the Cobra DMR, as I talked about earlier. The Ranger shotgun was added recently. The hollow chests have been added, which is great use for keys if you're ever around the map and need a change in your loadout. One example of a good item from the hollow chests is chug splashes. 1 key, chug splash, gets you 6 chug splashes, which is amazing. Even the spicy chug splashes are great because you get the extra mobility. Then we have the grapple gloves being back, but from what I've seen with other content creators, this item might be getting vaulted soon, but who knows. I'll keep things updated as it progresses. We recently got the Bites quests for the character Bites from the Battle Pass, and they're a little bit lengthy to an extent from what I've played through, but if you want to learn more about Bites as a character, then it's good to play through those. We recently got the super level styles, which you can receive after you reach level 2, which you really can receive after level 100, and I'll do a review on those super styles in a little bit in a later video. We have an updated squad comms wheel, so like if you're not using a microphone when you play and you're trying to communicate with your squad, the wheel for that has been updated to where you can call out different things like enemies nearby, loot. Like, you could do basic call outs that you otherwise wouldn't be able to do without a microphone. And boogie bombs got vaulted recently. Those were a huge part of the first 2 weeks of the season. The regular DMR, which was in the season at the beginning, but then was later vaulted for the Chrome DMR, or for the Cobra DMR. And now we have the new Grim Gables POI over near which replaced Shifty Shafts. We have the Loot Lake house POI from way back in chapter 1 that has made an appearance from the rifts in the sky. We also, in creative, got the Rocket League car. So you can now create your own style of Rocket League map if you wanted to. I tested out the tutorial map on creative for Rocket League, and you can pretty much do the exact same stuff with the car that you could in the actual Rocket League game, which is entertaining. The Battle Pass, as far as I'm pretty close to completing the Battle Pass to level 100, and with everything that I've seen with these characters, Bites, Grizz, the anime skin, we have Spider-Gwen, which is an amazing skin, because we've been waiting for that skin for a while now, but now we're waiting to see if Miles Morales makes an appearance, which hopefully he does. We have the item shops have been preparing for Halloween slowly, for Fortnitemares. So if you're interested in any of those creepy and spooky skins, feel free to check those out in the item shop because they will rotate. But once Fortnitemares kicks off, you'll see a full page of the Halloween skins. We will have, oh yes, the crew pack, the red claw crew pack, if I remember the name correctly. That is a pretty cool skin. Some people don't think so, but they each have their own opinions. I've seen every crew pack skin, and this one has a really slick design. The red and black theme is perfect for Halloween. We have, and especially if you look at the loading screen for the crew pack, it teases something that's coming for Fortnitemares. So if you think about it, in that loading screen, the chrome was taking over and sucking people in, turning them into the chrome itself, and we are potentially going to be having to battle against these chrome-like ghosts, similar to what we had back in chapter 2, where we had the shadow ghosts. Now, as far as tips of the week go, I'm going to cover 6 different tips, and these will all be made into separate videos for you to watch later if you wish. Alrighty, so we are going to jump into my live review of the battle pass characters for this season, the bonus styles for them, the current item shop. I will review all the stuff that's in there. I'll also review the Fortnite crew skin. So let's jump into all of these. So starting with the battle pass and the review of all of it. So let's go back to page 1. So right with the paradigm. So for a lot of people that got to see the chapter 1 paradigm, this is a totally different style. So you get to see the face, you get to see the different styles of clothing for the paradigm. The fact that she's voiced by Brie Larson and also looks like her, amazing work on the design, by the way. So the skin is amazing, the back bling really clean, along with the glider, the contrail, the paradive. That is an amazing contrail. Like the fact that you see the 0 point swirling around in there and the energy swirling around the character. The Lunar Defender pickaxe, like that's a really clean pickaxe for what it looks like. The sprays are kind of interesting, but normally I don't use the sprays very often. I always like looking at the wraps, the pickaxe, the gliders. So the wrap, amazing look. It's a clean look, like the black and the blue, totally clean look for whatever you want to go with that. The banner icons are nice because if you own the banner, like the banner skins, which you can use these banner icons with, this is a nice way to showcase those. And then the loading screen showcases a lot of the paradigm's features, including her glider, which we'll look at next once we get to that. So here's the page 2. So Bites, an amazing looking character. So he's obviously the user of the Chrome, especially now that we have the Bites quests. This is amazing. Like to see the context involving this character now, and the fact that his description literally says few survive the journey into darkness. This is an amazing way to look at his character now, because you see that as he gains these abilities with the Chrome, like that descent into darkness is clear. His glider is huge. I tried using it in a few different matches. That's a huge glider. And it's a cool concept. Chrome struck fire. Like you can definitely see the fire aspect of it, but it's chromified. And Like, for me personally, I like to be able to see where my opponents are going. It gives me a lot better, what's the phrase? Situational awareness. Like when you are looking around as you're gliding in, you want that situational awareness. And some of these gliders don't necessarily give you that, but they're really good for design. A loading screen. I love this loading screen for Bites because like it shows you how mysterious of a character he is. And like the background that he possesses. And the back bling is really interesting to go with the black theme of his clothing. And then you have the music, like the nothing is inevitable music. It's like right where we got like that introduction to the start of the season. The chrome marked. So another clean looking wrap. Nice to pair off with Bites. Okay, so page 3 we get two different styles for Bites. Like this tiger skin looking one with the green, the stinger, it doesn't look as good. Like if you wanted to really go for something, like you could probably do a different change of color. The change in hairstyle with this one, like that's interesting for ponytails, honestly. The built-in emote for the chrome for Bites, that's really cool. To see it manifest similar to how Carnage and Venom manifested their weapons, like that's really cool. And now with the paradigms, another variety on her stuff. That's a really good color scheme. The reds, the greens, the blues, the little bit of white around it. Like it's a really good color combination. And here we have the glider, the lunar sky span. So this reminded me of Allier's icon skin glider, where it like deploys from the back, but it has that more like holographic and lunar vibe that the paradigm has for her skin, and it gives you a really clean looking animation as you glide. So like if we redeploy the glider, like that's a really clean looking animation. Then loading screen with like the battle bus zooming through the chrome, like that's a really cool shot. Like that would be interesting to see as like a live event scene, actually. To see that kind of thing happen to the battle bus where it zooms out of there, that would be really cool. Okay, so now we got another style for, oh, so that's Bites with the lone, like a jacket style, like a different jacket. So that's a better variation. I like that white, so that really adds a nice touch. And then we have the Grizz items. So he's one of the variational slurp characters. Like really cool to see like the little bear controlling the bigger bear kind of thing. And then the Gooper, like nice clean looking like design. And then you have the slurp smashing effect. Interesting music for the Ballad of Little Grizz. Bear Claws. Like interesting name for a contrail that has like that slurp aspect, but it works well with the character because it stabs off of that design. Cool loading screen because it shows like the concept behind Grizz with the controlling bear and everything. And then you have the glider. So this one looks kind of similar to how they did the gumball skin, where it like pops up as this round balloon, but This one looks a little bit better as far as the design goes. Now we got Meow Skulls. Nice little change to the whole Meowscles idea, where it's like a slimmer, more teenage-esque Meowscles, like the stages that he was growing with. This is adorable, like if you do it with any of the Meowscles skins. Like this would be entertaining just for that. Because who doesn't love looking at a cat with a laser? Like it's just fun. And then the pickaxe, the bone, fish bone. And that's a very simple like impact to look at. And just the fact that like the bone impact sound, like that's really nice. The back bling, like it fits for the cat aesthetic, but you could probably intermix some of the other back blings with it to make it look better. And then we have the slurp style of wrap to go with your Grizz outfit. The way that it flows looks really cool. And then one of the like basic gliders, really slow pull out animation and everything. Like these like these normal gliders look like the designs you could put on the sails are really nice. Like the cat design looks cute. And then the anime skin, the Lennox Rose anime skin. So nice design. I love the choice of the like spiky jacket with like the leg holster and everything. And then the wrap for Meow Skulls. The built-in emote for Grizz, that one, a lot of people say that's like a pay-to-win or like a free-to-win emote because it looks like it gives you that advantage with the hitbox. The back bling for the anime skin, the Lennox Rose, that little bun looks so cute because of the little like pistols it has with its hands. Now, the loading screen with the Welcome to Paradise, that is amazing to see every time you load into the game. That's a really cool loading screen as they're walking across the chrome. Now the contrail for the anime skin, like it's got like that bunny theme where it's like hop drop, and so a variation off of hot drop, like the little stars and stuff coming off, but it works for the anime skins. The rose light daggers, I love the dual wielding aspect of these ones and the effect that they have when you swing with them. Such a cool sound and a cool impact, like that burst of light that you see. The glider, the surfing gliders are always awesome, especially when you can get that field of vision that you're looking for. Nice comic book style for that loading screen. That's really cool. It's a comic book style. A variation on the Lennox Rose skin, so like painted, like ooh, even good on the back bling too, like the paint. Ooh, and an alternate color for the daggers. That's nice. And the contrail? Oh yeah, that's right. It's all connected. I remember that. The wrap for the buttoned up, like that one's pretty, like that's a pretty like neutral looking wrap for your weapons to have. Almost doesn't work very well with my current skin, but with the anime skins it would work really nice because it's just that popping like heart, like eyeball kind of thing. Variation on the Meow Skulls. Okay, now here's the interesting one, Twin. So this one's interesting because it has like a VR kind of aspect. Reminds me of like Ready Player One when they put on the headset. And then the glider looks really cool. I love that pull-out glider animation, similar to the IO sail. The pickaxe is cool because it's that shocky like electro staff. And the impact that it has when it hits. just that electrical shock burst. Then you have the backpack. Like, that's a pretty clean backpack. And the alternate styles for the twin skin are really nice. Because, like, when the digitized emote, the built-in emote for it starts, like, you get that, like, jumping into your in-game character aspect. And then seeing some of the paradigm. I forgot to look at this one, the moon base outfit. That one's a really cool color. I love the blue color scheme. And then this one, the oceanic camouflage, that one was really interesting because of the blue and the like the rosy red. See, now that one, this Electrotech one, like, it's a digital look to it, the blues and the slight pink, and it's not too bad. Like overall, like, it's not a bad combination. Okay, now we go to the final page here with like Spider-Gwen. So the acrobatics emote, the acrobatics, wow, say that a few times. That's really cool to watch with other skins. Okay, now Spider-Gwen, really well done. And it's like that comic book mixture where, like, comic book meets like the Fortnite design with the character base. Really cool. It's kind of cute, and it's really nice. It reminds me of like my daughter, especially because she watches the kids show of the Spidey and his amazing friends, and where Spider-Gwen is in the show. But in the show she goes by the name of Ghost Spider, which is really cool. See, now this pickaxe, it almost doesn't go well with like the whole aesthetic, but like, you have to give it credit where credit is due with like that comic booky look. Like, you could also use some of the other Spider-Man pickaxes with Spider-Gwen and they would work pretty well. Similar with like the spider shoot. Like, that's really good animation for the spider shoot. Okay, so let's go over to the bonus styles. So we just barely got the other pages for these. So the Aurora battlesuit for Paradigm, the green and red, really cool. You could do this for like Christmas even. Oh, and the pickaxe changes too. That's really good. The wild berry grizz, nice pun. I like that one. Excuse me. Like, the purple looks really good for this skin, it really does. Ooh. Okay, so the Hexter, that one looks pretty interesting. Like, the hexagonal wraps are always nice. I love this, like this espionage style of twin. It almost reminds you of Tron with the lights around the edges of it. The only thing missing is the disc, but I don't know if that would go well with like the cape feature of the skin. Alternate style for Lennox Rose, really nice set of like lighter colors of the pinks, the rosy, like pinks, the blues, the almost like pastel colors. That's a really nice color combo. Same thing with this other Paradigm styles. Like, that's a really nice color combo with the lighter blues, the pinks, and the unmasked Gwen, really good. Like, that alternate style for it so you could see her actual face, similar with like the Spider-Man skins. Now the Reality Falls contrail, like, it kind of looks like you have two jellyfish on your hands, but it's from when the tree was having like that glowy effect and everything. And then you have the celestial colors for the different skins, like that. That's a really cool color, like the celestial color, just that shine. I always love these blue ones, especially the spectral color, like the blues that we got because these are really cool colors for the blues, because you get that blue, some of the pink accents, but you get that really nice like combo. And then Aurelian, so like a purple and gold kind of thing. But for Spider-Gwen, that looks really nice. Looks good on Bites, looks good on the Paradigm. Lennox Rose pulls it off really well too. For Meowscles, it's kind of a pick and choose. Like the blues looks really good for Meowscles here. The Celestial one looks really good for that. But it's hard to tell with this one, the Aurelian. Like it's almost a little too much for Meowscles with this one, but everybody's got their personal preference on that. Okay, moving into the Fortnite crew. So the Red Claw. You have the masked and unmasked versions of him. Like some people don't like this crew pack, but I've always loved seeing the different aspects of the crew packs themselves and like the themes that they revolve around. And obviously with Fortnitemares, we had to have like a Halloween themed skin. So this one has almost like a vampire demon looking kind of mask on. Now the back bling looks really good. Like that's one where you want to see it like pull the back bling out like the pickaxe from the back, which is really nice when they can integrate that, but it doesn't look like it's integrated with this one. Like I'd have to try it out in a few matches, but the pickaxes look really nice because it's like a sickle, but like two separate sickles instead of a single like scythe. And the impact on these ones is like that red, like dark energy. It's a really nice one because you look at it, it's almost like a shadowy red, kind of like what reminds you of a vampire. And then you have shredded red for the wrap. Like that's a clean wrap, like black and gray and red. Like that would look really good with like some of the like the Cypher PK skin would work with that one. Okay, so the loading screen that I mentioned. So this, you could see all of these like chromy like ghosts in the background. Like that, I believe this is teasing Fortnitemares, which is coming up. So remember how we had like those spectral like purple ghosts that were fighting alongside Shadow Midas and how you could become those in chapter 2? Well, it looks like they're gonna apply this similar thing with this Fortnitemares this season. So that'll be really fun to have that aspect again, to see if you can win a game as like a chrome ghost or if you can win as a real player. And then you have the music. Yeah, not too bad with that music. Okay, so let's go into the item shop. So right now with this item shop, we're definitely going to see a lot more of the Halloween skins coming up, especially with Fortnitemares around the corner. But this this bundle just dropped, just barely. So the Agency Renegades pack. When you need the best, you call the best. So I just barely looked at these guys just recently. And they all have a white alternate style. So if you like the color combo, the purple, the blues, that's a really cool color combo. I'm not sure about the white as much, but the Spycatcher Siren, that looks like a really clean looking skin, especially with the black. And the back bling goes really well with it. You could see, zoom in on like the blade. It's like a really cool carrying case with the blade and everything. And then the pickaxe that goes with her, the Axes of Influence, pretty cool looking, like a simple looking impact. Okay, I loved the covert skin, like the cobalt skin, when I first saw it in chapter 1. It's a skin that I gifted to one of my brothers, and he has like the original Cobalt skin. But this one, like if you didn't have a chance to get the Cobalt skin, this is a really nice one to have as like a backup. And I like the purple and black blue color scheme a lot better than the white. But the white looks the white looks really good for Cobalt. Like that's about the only one that really pulls off the white. The back bling is awesome because it's that back plate for Black Ops. Really cool looking back bling. And then you have the Shady's 80. So this one looks good in the black, not so much in the white. The black looks really good on this one. Oh, an unmasked version. Wow. Oh yeah. Okay. So that's a nice variation on that, where you see the mask off. So preview that. Let's go over into this one. Okay, so the hammer's mark. So like it's a really cool looking back bling to go with Zadie. And it's a really cool looking hammer as like a pickaxe even. So these pickaxes, the Blackout Mace, go really well with any of them, and they would fit really well with Cobalt. Like that's a pretty simple like mace impact animation. See, so there's the blowback hammer. Oh wow. Pretty like a standard impact, but the sound is like okay. So if you're interested, like that's like $18 isn't bad for a bundle. And then we have the Final Reckoning pack. So you get all these different like spooky outfits. Yeah, that's pretty like black light willow. You have the indigo wings, which look really good for Halloween-esque stuff. Willow. Now with the doll head, that looks creepy. Blacklight looks amazing. Like the design for him looks really good, and if you combine it with a good black bling to complement the colors, like this would be a really nice one to have for the Fortnite stuff. And then Katrina. Like the flower combination looks really, and with the bones even, like that's a really good spooky Halloween vibe, and the back bling to go with it. And then we have the Ultimate Reckoning, so along that similar vibe. Nash kind of reminds you of Jack Skellington, but not quite. Still kind of creepy. Imagine playing like a match at night and you get a jump scare by one of these guys. Huh, like the female version, like with the violet wings and the ooh. That one would work really well with the violet stuff. Now this one, Grave, looks really nice for like that design aspect with the ooh, and the Reaper's backplate, really good. So like with some of these, like the male versions look better than the female, and some of the time the female looks better than the male. Personal preference all the way. You have the Skull Squad, all the different variations of them. The Crypt Crashers. Then we still have the Checkered Past like starter pack. I remember the Graveyard Drift, that Vampire Drift, like really cool looking Halloween skin. Every once in a while I'll see the Corrupted Legends pop up, and those are really cool when we had that like corrupted skins from like chapter 2. Where like the more you, I think it was like the more you eliminated people, like the more corrupted the character got. Dark Reflections pack, so that like cube geoglyph. The Crossmark Operative, giving you access to Save the World. Very nice if you're trying to like get some extra XP this season. Save the World is a great place for that. The Minty Legends, these have been out for a while now, like a good while now. But the color combinations are nice, like that blue, green, purple. And even the minty Oro skin, like that's really nice color look for him. And then in like the feature, oh, we got the Blaze skin back. That one's nice if you love like that fiery look. And then we got Musha. Like the samurai ones, I'm not as big into, but like for people who love that like theme, like that's all the back bling looks adorable. And you got the Lucha bundles, so you got that like wrestlers stuff. Toy soldiers are back. And the Mystify, and then the Bracer skins. We got the Flapper, all the way from season 2. Wow. Ah, the Wiggle. Yeah, burpee. Oh yeah, Season X. That one hasn't been out for a long time now. Chapter 2, Season 4. Another long amount. Season 9. Oh wow, I remember that from Season 9 actually, yeah. Chapter 2, Season 1. Oh yes, it did came out on that time with the slurp and everything, yes. X23. So, a different set of adamantium claws, but really cool. Like if you want to put that with your Wolverine that you got from a previous crew pack. The wrap is interesting, where it's like jiggly, and you can like trigger the weapon, and it like jiggles the. J Balvin. Obviously can't do the musical stuff because of the copyright. Silk Sonic bundles still here with Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. Right. We got all the copyrighted music emotes. I have a few of these and they're awesome to have for fun. The music, turn the music up. Scans are still here. Gleam Team's still here. And Nightlife still, like all these ones are still here. Now for the spookier skins coming. Oh, the gummy fish stick is back now, which is nice. Like that one's interesting, for sure. Like the color combo of like the candy and the fish stick. And then you have Sanctum, so that vampire skin. All the ghoulish zombie skins from. Wow, that was from. Oh, that's the original Ghoul Trooper. Oh, with the different styles. That's right. That's so cool. And then the Brainiac from season 6. Oh, yeah. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde character, the good doctor. Spooky team leaders. Okay. So that'll do it for all of the reviews of the item shop, the battle pass, the crew packs, the additional skins for the special styles. So that'll do for that. And if you want to get any of these, feel free to get them. A lot of these are really cool for the Halloween skins if you haven't got any of those. But whatever you choose, like, let me know, because that'll be an awesome one to comment on what your favorite skin is for Halloween. But now let's move into the next section. All right, so going into like landing spots. So map. Okay. So in terms of best landing spots to go to, so there is, I would say there are 5 for me personally, and a lot of them have these aspects involved. A lot of floor loot, a lot, like you have access to slurp barrels, you have access to a lot of metal for build mode. And so like these 3 factors are what I usually go for, especially if you're trying to get a weapon off spawn. Then high floor loot, high slurp barrels, and then high amount of metal if you're doing build mode. But if you're doing 0 build, then you want that floor loot and that free shield. So first place to go to would definitely be the rotating boat that goes around the edges of the map. That's been my favorite every time it's been on a map, because it's just enough that you can get a small team or like duos or yourself for. The metal is plenty there, and they just added a launch pad to that area, so it makes for a really good way to escape. Now, another good place that I would recommend, Cloudy Condos, right over near the gas station corner, because you got the slurp barrels, you got the metal, you got access to different parts of the area with the D launcher, so you get really good ability to rotate around and look for opponents to battle. Okay, another one, so Synapse Station, a lot of metal around there, a lot of wood, decent amount of brick, so you can get your building materials quickly. You have the little rift to go through for rotating out of there. And then another one. Let's go with Rave Cave for sure. Rave Cave definitely, because of the access to floor loot, the access to the slurp barrels, the metal, the chests for keys for your vaults. Very, very nice. And you have like the wind tunnels nearby. You have the access to the rift over in this area. But overall, these are definitely places that I would go to, especially in like whether you're in build mode or in 0 build. These would be great places for like a nice amount of engagement for fights. But the boat that rotates around the edges of the map is good for like a lower key drop, because maybe 1 or 2 people land there unless it's a hot drop. But everywhere else, like, it's a pretty low key. And then Rave Cave, Cloudy Condos, Synapse Station, you'll get a few people to battle there, but you'll also get the plenty of loot, the shield, and everything like that. So that's all of like the best drop spot locations that I would pick for like this season. Alright, so what is the best AR for the season? In terms of the ARs, we have the Hammer AR, we have the Ranger AR, and we have the Evo Chrome. So the Evo Chrome is good because you can upgrade it, you get the increased bullets for use for close range and medium range, not as good for long range. The Ranger AR is good for medium to long range, not as good for close range. The Hammer AR kind of has a mixture of everything. It has a fire rate that's good at close range, you can tap fire from medium and longer ranges, and so you get a bit of a balance there. So in terms of all of those, like if you had a lot of these will be personal preference, but I lean more towards either the Hammer AR or the Evo Chrome. And then next up is shotguns. Which one's the best shotgun? So again, similar thing. It's all personal preference to what you choose. Ranger shotgun, good for longer range, like medium range shots, but if you're really good with your aim, you can do a really nice close range shot followed up by an SMG or your AR. The prime shotgun is a good heavy hitter, especially at the start when it's fully loaded, and then you can follow it up with the SMG or the AR. The lever action is a good all-arounder. because of its consistency with how fast it shoots. And then the Evochrome, you can think of that as like the replacement to the auto shotgun. So you get that fire rate, but you also get the upgradability. And then finally we have the SMGs. So the SMGs, we only have the suppressed and the rapid fire. In terms of which one to use, like, the rapid fire is good if you can keep your crosshair on your opponent. The suppressed SMG is good for tracking, but also it's good for some like medium range situations. So personal preference to all of these, but if it were up to me to choose mine personal preference, AR would be either Evochrome or Hammer. The shotgun preference would either be the Prime shotgun or the Evochrome, and then the SMG I would lean more towards the rapid fire. And then sniper, we only have the one sniper rifle, so every time I pick it up I like using it. And then the DMR, same thing, I like using the DMR for its range and its fast fire rate. Alright. And looks like that'll do it. Like, we'll have the upcoming update for Fortnite soon, so we'll be able to look forward to that. I'll be able to do the next episode when that next update comes, so keep your eyes out for it. And if you would please leave comments down below about your feedback, that would be much appreciated. But I hope you like this kind of style of series where I cover a lot more, in where you can digest it in bite-sized chunks later on and get a refresher for things. And as always, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next episode.